Study of unemployment in the Maldives and the lack of opportunities for locals. Research video by Mohammed Sani. If we consider the Maldives economy in 2018, it is booming with new infrastructure, mega projects, resorts, housing apartments, buildings, bridges, and airports. But if we look behind the veil, we see a growing trend of unemployment among educated youths in the Maldives. International Labor Organization states unemployment among young women and men continues to be very high, reaching 43% in 2013. The economic growth of the past few years appears to have created more jobs for expatriates than for the locals, and nearly half of the total employed workforce is foreign. Source: the ILO in Maldives. This problem stems from the influx of foreigners to the country due to introduction of numerous international brands and foreign company investments. Having multicultural individuals within our country to stimulus growth is a positive thing. But when this spirals out of control with no proper control or mechanisms to control due to corruption and other factors, then this stimulus becomes a burden for the local community and Maldivians in general. Nearly a quarter of Maldivian youth are not employed or engaged in education or training, according to the World Bank's new South Asia Economic Focus Report. The employment share of Maldivians is relatively low in the booming tourism and construction industries, the main drivers of economic growth, as both sectors attract many migrant workers. WHO estimated that in 2008, as far as 45% of the country's workforce was expatriate or foreign. WHO 2008. In 2013, the total population of foreigners working in the Maldives reached a staggering one-third of the total population of the country. Immigration 2013. In 2015, it was reported that it is common knowledge that the official statistics underreport the real number of foreign migrant workers in the country. Transparency 2015. Source: wisshamlaw.com/book/yourrighttoworkandearnaliving.pdf. In comparison to other South Asian countries, the Maldives follows a relatively liberal labor policy, and over the past 25 years, migration has become a permanent feature in the Maldives labor market. Growing income inequality between countries in South Asia has added the incentive for South Asians to explore income-earning opportunities in other countries. As such, since 1990, there has been a significant expansion of the foreign migrant workforce in the Maldives. Source: transparency.mv. Maldives Migrant Worker System Assessment. It is common knowledge that the official statistics underreport the real number of foreign migrant workers in the country. Disordered immigrant processes and weak registration procedures have resulted in a lack of reliable statistics on total number of foreign migrant workers. Since 2012, the data on the number of foreign migrant workers in the country are not included in the statistical yearbooks of the Maldives. Source: transparency.mv. Resorts are now holding job fairs in neighboring countries, rather than on major atolls or islands of the Maldives. This is a further hindrance to getting local talent on board. To control this influx of foreigners and provide more opportunities for locals, a number of measures need to be taken. Strict monitoring and implementation of quota limits for foreign nationals working in Maldives. If a local is available for the same job with same qualifications and experience, then such opportunity is provided for the local. A foreigner should not be hired unless local talent is not available for such a job. Transparency reports and employment details be provided to the government and is available for audit of how many locals and foreigners is employed in each private or public company in the Maldives. penalties imposed on companies who violate such laws and regulations. Scope of Maldives Inland Revenue Authority, MIRA, increased to audit company service charge given by resorts, as this has an impact on TGST. Increase the government manning personnel in the Labor Relations Authority of Maldives and Employment Tribunal, so that these people can do their job to handle all employee complaints, discrimination cases, and provide justice to all Maldivians who faced the brunt of a harsh employer. Currently, Labor Relations Authority and Employment Tribunal are understaffed and cannot audit all companies in the Maldives for adherence to Employment Act of Maldives and related regulations. Lack of discrimination between locals and foreigners for the same job in selection, interview, hiring process, or facilities provided. For example, it is widely noted that locals getting the same job in Malay, compared to a foreigner, only get a salary, whereas foreigners getting the same job gets food allowance, phone allowance, accommodation, etc. This is gross discrimination, and government should implement measures to have corrective action for companies having such a policy of differentiation between locals and foreigners. It has been widely noted that in most companies, the senior positions are mostly occupied by foreigners in comparison to Maldivians. There was a time in Maldives when this practice was justified due to lack of local talent. But nowadays, most Maldivians hold a diploma, degree, or master degree with relevant work experience in their respective fields. Therefore, in 2018, it is not justifiable for companies to simply hire foreigners for positions of department head, senior managerial, or other positions unless a local is not available for the same post. If Maldivian companies keep on hiring senior managerial and department heads of all foreigners with no balance between locals, then this leads to an indirect bias discrimination by such personnel to hire their country people for positions below them. The government should implement strict laws and regulations to have a balanced ratio of foreigners and locals for senior and managerial positions within all companies operating in the Maldives. It is also recommended that the company HR manager or HR director be a local and have Maldivians within the company HR team to better control such discriminative practices. If the relevant government authorities, line ministries, and respective personnel work together, this issue can be minimized. Corruption in work practices and hiring process needs to be eliminated so that candidates who are suitable and qualified are hired for the job. Some companies hire foreigners because they earn commission for each foreign employee brought into the country via employment agencies. Some companies rely on personal recommendation rather than the merit, education qualification, or credibility of the prospective employees. This needs to be minimized in the hiring process so that unbiased opinion is formed while selecting the right candidate. Government regulations can play a role in such areas. Finally, unemployed youth in other countries has an unemployment allowance provided by the state during their period of transition or while finding a job. Countries like France, Estonia, Germany, and Ireland offering generous allowance for their unemployed people. Maldives need to find a balance and a method to alleviate the burden on the unemployment youth in the country by provision of such allowances. Key facts and figures about the Maldives from International Labor Organization report. Population 2014, 341,256. GDP per capita 2012, US $7,819. Labor force 2012, 160,000, 93,000 male, 67,000 female. Labor participation rate 2013, 64%, 75.1% male, 54.3% female. Employment to population ratio 2012, 59%, 72.1% male, 45.9% female. Unemployment rate 2013, 28.1%, 18.9% male, 39.3% female. Youth unemployment rate 2013, 43%, 51% male, 49% female. Please share this video to spread the message and help the unemployed youth, young mothers, poor families, and countless others who need our help and assistance. Help us make Maldives a place which gives priority to its people first and next to outsiders. Please subscribe to our channel to receive more informative videos about the Maldives. Note: this is a mere study and is not directed at any particular individual, party, foreign, or local, and is done to try alleviating or solving the problems faced by our nation and youth in general.